Hello, I'm Lily. Welcome to my channel, Lily of North. Sorry. This is my third time being here, and if you have seen and heard me before, and for those who have not, I welcome you to this channel of mine. I haven't been here for some time. I wanted to be here before, but some difficulties happened in my family. My grandchildren, identical twins, died just after being born, a premature birth, and specialists were not able to save them. But here I am now. There are many topics I wanted to talk to you about, but I decided to have a meditation and ask my guides what I should talk about to start with. And they came up with a lot of material, but here I begin. I want to talk about life. I want to ask you if you have ever wondered who you are and where you come from. What about your birthplace or situation at that precise time when you were born? My birth was in some way special. Me, like most of my siblings, were born at home in my parents' bedroom. My mother was sick, but there was no doctor at the place, but the midwife was there, and she was still at the kitchen preparing when my mother had me. And my mother was quite sure that she had gotten some help. She was used to help people in need, and also was called if animals needed help. And she was a clairvoyant. She was quite sure that she was not alone in the room. And thirdly, and that's rather special, that I was born, my mother told me I was born, and the midwife also, that I was born in what's called encol. They say in English it's with an intact placenta. In a whole, everything was, I was in the womb. No, not the womb, but placenta itself. And and when the midwife heard something happening in my mother's bedroom, she ran to there and saw everything, and she was so surprised that she went to my mother and kissed her. I'm the 9th child and the youngest one in this big fleet of children. My older sister is 20 years older than me. So, but I also want to ask you about your beliefs in if we have anything to do with our arrival into this life here on earth or on other lives. Does our coming have any meaning? Or are we just a blank state and everything is coincidence? I believe in that everything has a meaning. There is no coincidence and there are no mistakes. I'm very sorry for those who have suffered because of that, who have had difficult life. But I think I have had a very difficult life. Some say that it's a miracle that I'm alive now. And it started when I was a child. I was abused as a child. My trust was misused. And later I will tell you something about what I did, because I worked with that, healing my inner child. And it's a very large chapter in my life to work with that. And I don't think I would be in this place if I hadn't done that. Sorry. I think there is a purpose for everything. And I think that we have a role for the development and the growth as a person, as a being, as a soul. So I've always found amazing how this big family of mine fitted together. Of course, we were different, and sometimes we were not positive to one another in words. We could argue. We could tell our opinion about things because we trusted each other. We loved each other. But we didn't always agree with each other. And then we told about it. We talked through things. And but of course, in the memory, the good things comes up. And we were a very musical family. A lot of people played instruments, and when we gathered, we always sang. And maybe 3 guitars used playing, and sometimes we played piano or harmonica or so. And everyone found their voices and we sang together. We also sang publicly, and in many cases. So we were tight-knit, closed-knit family. And I'm very lucky to belong to this family, this group of souls. Even though we argued the next day or something, we were happy again and best friends. That's how it was. So if you believe that you have certain tasks to fulfill in this life, have lived before even, and have something unlived, something to do in this lifetime? Would you like to know what your role is? What your task is? Or do you know, maybe? I have a direct connection to what people call Akashic. Some call it Akashic records. I call it the Akashic area or region. This is a place where we get information about the journey of our life and former lives even. Yeah. And some say that the Akashic Records is a large bibliothèque. But in my case, I always see myself going over a bridge through some whale. And there are beings welcoming me. And I introduced myself and ask for permission to go and have information. Often I am prepared. I write down some questions, and I've also having permission to ask for other people, but I haven't done that for some time now. Maybe I think they will train me better to that task. But I don't see it as what you call it, bibliothèque, library. I don't see it as such. I see it as more as an open field, formless. And I get information. I think you can get information by many ways, but I get information just by somebody telling me. Answering my questions. So I don't see any books. But I think that is just personal, how you experience this. I don't know where the location of this Akashic area is. I connect it to the 3D, of course, because it's live here on Earth. Information about that. And I would very much like to know. Maybe I ask about that sometimes. I write it down or put it behind my ear, like somebody says. I often have, as I said, certain questions, and I would like to read some of them and the answers I have got. I have books about this here, but I'm just beginning to have permission to let you know some of the things. So I will start with the beginning. Here in Iceland is winter. I would show you, it's snowing, and but it's not so cold. But it has been bad weather this weekend, so. But we are secure in our houses. And this is my sanctuary here, where I have some of my books and some of the things. This was made from an old man. This is a very special one. It's been blessed from some priests and going to churches. There are not many people who own a candlestick like this. So I want to tell you that I didn't know the man who made this for me. He phoned me and asked me to come and visit him and his wife. And when I came to his home, he led me into a room where there were some candlesticks like that. I don't know, do you call it candlesticks? So, and he made this himself from scratch. And this is a very special stone. And he said, you don't choose. Let them choose you. And I went out with this one. And with a letter of all that have received. So this is very healing. I love it. I think I'm very thankful for having this. But the questions from the Akashic, or to the Akashic. So ask first, what is my purpose in this life? The answer was to grow and learn, to strengthen yourself and prepare for a role. We will not go into detail about the purpose now. This was very early in my process, in my connection. And then they continue. There are certain big decisions that you have made in order to grow and develop. You are aligning yourself with one of the important situations that you know or are experiencing in your life. Your existence is dependent on God's plan, the flow. Do not try to control the journey. The importance of divine timing is the foundation, and you can wait for years without success if the timing is not right. Question: how can I best prepare myself? Answer: to meditate and pray. You will receive answers and guidance there. Be true and keep the truth as your guide. Open your heart and the sun will shine. Express love, pure love to all. Unconditional love exists. We unite in love, all encompassing. Love is giving without condition, without demanding anything. It is giving willingly, and we decide whether we accept it and give it back unconditionally or not. God is eternal love, light and life. But if we are one, unity, then we are the same without any or at all conditions. Question: how can I best strengthen my connection to unconditional love? Answer: through prayer, a direct connection to the divine. Deep meditation requires no intermediaries. When it comes to love, there must always be clear rules, agreements, boundaries between parties, between people, and the one must not cross the boundaries of others. It is good to discuss our view on what those boundaries are and what truth is. The basis of love is a relationship, a bond that connects people together. If you realize that the person's thinking is not valid, it is okay to let them know, but always show respect in seeking correction. Question: how can I best obey the call regarding my role here? Answer: healers know the darkness, have great and even difficult experiences, and bring an open heart to help others. Follow your light, your inner fire, your desire for fulfillment as your role. Changes happen. Embrace them. Let the fire live and trust your passion. Go forward without hesitation. Take one step at a time. Prioritize correctly and focus on what really matters. Relax and reflect. See what comes to you. Question: how can I best help a loved one, name given, who is going through a lot of difficulties and illness? Answer: name mentioned chose to deal with such an experience. You had to try it. You had to learn from it. Become the best version of yourself in communication, love, compassion, and solidarity. I don't know if this word solidarity is right. It's when you have empathy. Yeah, maybe empathy. You are doing very well, pushing forward but supporting this name well, showing love. So I think this is about persons. Let's believe. Let's trust. Talk together. Trust cannot happen if we don't talk together. We have to know each other. Be for each other. Respect. Choose passion. Appreciate each other. What we have, our loved ones, our family, our friends, and accept what we have. We are not always agreeing, but some say that it's, I don't know in English, but if we lose somebody, we see what we have lost. And we should appreciate what we have. Show patience to each other. Maybe our culture is not the same. And then we should talk about things. We should learn about our culture and why we are different. It's very important. And compassion for each other. And if somebody needs help, we should ask for help. It's not, we can ask for help. We don't read your mind. Maybe we have a telepathically connection. I do sometimes. And but we can talk. People can understand, even though they haven't been having the same experience. Especially people who have gone through a lot. we have much in common. I don't know anybody who hasn't gone through difficulties or challenges. So we are all one. Don't forget that. And nobody is alone. But you can make you more alone if you don't talk to somebody. Maybe a stranger. It's better than nothing. Stranger is good. I've done that. I've talked to strangers about my problems, and it's very good. Sometimes it's better in some cases. And now we have a lot of helpers. And what's important also is self-love. Love yourself. You are worthy of love. You are a special one. The angels love you very much. And I love you very much. This unconditional love is very strong. Now I'm going to cry. Because I do that sometimes when we talk about love. I am love. And I feel very good about it. I feel very good in my heart when I talk about love. I don't always cry when I'm sorrow. I also cry when I'm glad, and I feel good in my heart. Because that's very beautiful emotion. It's very beautiful and fulfilling emotion. Okay. I thank you very much if you have listened to me, and also if you haven't listened to the end. And I hope I will come back soon. And until then, goodbye to you all. This is Lily.